I feel like I've made this video like 5 times, but let's try it again. When I say I've made it 5 times, I mean the beginning part, the first things that I'm going to talk about in this video. It has to do with YouTube, and it has to do with plans and all of this kind of stuff. If you don't feel like hearing all of that, skip to this time right here. I'm going to have to ramble a little bit about this YouTube channel and where this YouTube channel is going to go. As we're sitting here talking, I'm going to clean the glass on this aquarium. So here's the thing. Every single YouTuber that's ever had a channel has gone through the same thing. You start up the channel, you start to put up content, and maybe you hit on something. And when I say you hit on something, I mean you do something that works. In the world of YouTube, something that works would be something that gets a lot of views and a lot of subscribers and all of that kind of stuff. When you hit on that thing that works, you spend the rest of your time on YouTube trying to find that thing again. And that's exactly what Lisa and I have done for like the last 5 years. I'm using a little flipper thing to clean the glass on my tank, in case you're wondering. The thing that Lisa and I hit on back in 2019 was the top 10 lists. And this was great because we finally hit on something. We'd spent 7 years up to that point to try to get attention. I mean, that's what it all is about, right? And it finally worked. After 7 years, we hit that 100,000 subscriber mark. Everything kind of rolled from there. We got to 200 really fast, 300 really fast. That's kind of what happens. Once that snowball starts to roll, it rolls pretty fast, and it's a beautiful thing. And nothing feels better as a YouTuber than to have that success, to get that attention. It is what we're all after, and it's a beautiful thing when it actually happens. But when that starts to go away, there's nothing worse. It is the worst feeling ever. And that's where I've been for the last couple of months. Well, a lot longer than that. Probably a few years. In the last few years, we've tried the true or false videos. We've done the dummies guide. We've done the tanks of our lives. Still the most fun I've ever had as a YouTuber. We've done all kinds of things. And some of those things did better than others, but nothing ever hit like the top 10 videos did. We called it 10 things. Those were juggernauts in our world of YouTube. In our world, meaning the KGTropicals world. I don't mean, I'm not saying we were competing with Mr. Beast or anything like that. Come on, let's not be ridiculous. But it was a huge success for us. And we've been trying so hard to find that again. We've tried everything and nothing has worked. But I need to define what I mean by nothing has worked. I'm not switching camera angles for any particular reason. It just feels fun to do it. When I talk about nothing has worked, nothing has hit, nobody's watched our videos, I know that can be kind of insulting because there's been a lot of people that have watched them. But what I'm talking about is this to the same level. We would upload a video on a Sunday and it would get X amount of views, and it was like, all right, life is good. Now the views that we get is like 1/3 of that, even less in some cases. And anybody that knows how YouTube works is probably going to think that the problem that we have is money. We're not making the money that we were. Worse? What? And that's true. We're not making as much money, but that's okay because we have the website. The website is doing well. Thank you for that. This is not a money thing. It's more of a wanting to get back to that glory, wanting to get back to those days where we were really having an impact. We were getting through. Yes, people watch our videos now and we appreciate that very much, but it's nothing like it was. And it really bothers me. And I've been spending months and months and months trying to figure out why that is. Why are we not getting the traction that we were getting? I don't want to get more traction so that we make more money. That's not the motivation. The motivation is success And if we are successful, the money will come. That's part of the deal. So I'm not motivated by money. I'm motivated by getting those views, having that impact, getting through to people. There's nothing better than having somebody say to me or say to Lisa, whether that be publicly or privately, hey, I was in a really bad place. I found aquariums. Finding aquariums led me to your channel, and it changed everything for me. You finally made it easy for me to understand how an aquarium works, and I feel like I owe this happiness that I have right now to you. I'm not trying to be weird. We've heard that so many times, and it never gets old hearing that. That is what we're after. And in order to get that, we've got to get as much exposure as possible. The money doesn't matter. I mean, we've got a website, it's fine. It's not the money. It's impact. That's what we're trying to have. And it just hasn't been there. No matter what we've tried, it hasn't been there. And I've spent months trying to figure out why that is. And last week, it was just overwhelming. And that's why Lisa did the video that she did last week. She did a great job of it. She titled it. I didn't do that. The worst video on this channel, I think. She did that for fun, to lighten the mood. Some people had a problem with it. I don't care about those people. But she stepped up and she filled in for me, and she did a great job. And the reason why she had to do that was because I was in a mental state that I could not deal with it. I just couldn't deal with it anymore. And I had to step away and think about it. And I think it finally hit me. I talked to a couple of friends. I'd like to give credit where credit's due. Jay Wilson, Jason's, the two Jasons, Jason Wilson and Jason Adams, both helped me out a lot in this whole ordeal. And I've finally come to a place where I can say, you know what? I know what I need to do. I know what I need to do. We need to do. And I feel good about it. And this is the part where this is why I was saying I feel like I've said this like 5 times, because I think this has happened before, but this time it feels different. I'm excited to talk about what I'm going to do to remedy this problem. And then I'm going to tell you all about the things that are coming up in this fish room. That's one of the things that we've gotten away from over the last year or so. We just do talking head videos like this. We don't show you the fish room, and that's all about to change. But I got to tell you about my mindset now and what I'm thinking, what we're going to do, because I feel good about it. I can tell you something that's happened so many times over the last 5 years, and I regret it so much. I hate that this happened. Lisa is great at coming up with ideas for projects, for videos, for things to do. And more times than I can count, she would come to me and say, we should do a video about this particular thing. And I would say, well, you know, that doesn't really do well in the YouTube algorithm. You know, I mean, it needs to be watchable and shareable, and it creates engagement, and it needs to do all of those things. And I just don't know if that topic would do it. Meanwhile, it's a great idea, and I poo-pooed it because I didn't think that the YouTube algorithm would like that. And this is where the change is happening for me. It's happening instantaneously. It's even happening right now. I'm doing a video that I wouldn't typically do because I didn't think it would be something that people would watch. I'm getting past that. I'm not going to use that as a gauge as to whether or not I should do a video anymore. I hate to say it this way. I don't know a better way of explaining it. I am no longer going to be a slave to the YouTube algorithm. I'm no longer going to be concerned about the thumbnail has to be this way. The title has to be this way. Things have to be lined up. It has to be fast paced. It has to be this and it has to be that. The audio has to be perfect. The lighting has to be perfect. Everything has to be perfect. I got to make sure I shave before No! I'm going to relax, and Lisa's going to relax, and we're going to make videos that we think you need. We're going to do videos that we think you will find value in, whether it's about a topic that we generally wouldn't cover, something like GH and KH. I've never done a video talking about that. Why? Because there's only a select few fish nerds that care about that kind of thing. And so I'm like, well, nobody's going to watch that. I'm not going to make it. No, that's not a thing anymore. I'm going to make those videos, or Lisa's going to make those videos, and we're not going to care whether or not people watch it, because at the end of the day, what matters is impact. Even if that impact is smaller than it was in our heyday, it doesn't matter. The important thing is that we're getting through to people. Even if it's not as many people as it was back in the day, that's fine by us. It's just doing what's right, doing what the people need. That's what's important. And there's some other things too. I've said it a few times in this video already. We have the website, so it's fine. The website is amazing. It's been great for us. KeepFishKeeping.com is our website. The support that we've received on that website from all of you has been absolutely incredible. And without that, we'd be in big trouble right now. The thing is, so many times I've been afraid to talk about my website. I've been afraid because I've thought people are just going to think all I am is somebody that promotes my website. I'm greedy and all I want. No. I'm going to stop doing that. I'm not saying I'm going to create videos that are all infomercials for my website now, but I'm going to stop being afraid of talking about my website. I'm going to stop being afraid of making a video that's specifically for our website and uploading that to be on the product page of our website, because people will get offended and they won't want to watch it because all they think is I'm a salesman. You know what? I'm not going to care about that anymore, because whether you buy it or not from us, it's still valuable information. You might be in the market for a new plant or a snail or a filter or something like that, and it might be something that's good to hear from me about. Maybe you value my opinion or Lisa's. And so whether or not everyone likes it doesn't really matter. The people who need it, hopefully they'll like it. And that's a big deal. Now, I know what you're thinking, John, you've done tons of videos about products. What are you talking about? No, I've done the big products. I've done the Aqua Clear and the Tidal and the Shark Pros and the big kind of mainstream products. No, I'm going to talk about other stuff too. Not every video, but every once in a while, I'm going to start uploading videos that are about a product that's on our website. And you can choose to watch it. You can choose to skip it. It's totally on you. I'm not going to be mad at you if you choose to skip it, because I'm pretty much not even going to look at the numbers. I'm just going to do what I do. I'm going to take a lot of pride in it. I'm going to have fun in it. I'm going to do the best job I can possibly do. If people watch it, great. If they don't, I'm not going to melt down like I did last week. I'm not letting that happen anymore. I just think it's fun to change the camera around. I'm not like Joey. I can't just walk around with the camera. He's really good at that. I'm not. I don't know. I have to be more controlled than that. I wish I was as good at that as Joey. So what you can expect from this channel moving forward is a complete shift. So much of our content has been planned out to the period, the comma, the emphasis on a particular word. Like, I was a detail guy. I was like, everything has to be planned. I need to know exactly what I'm doing, exactly what I'm saying in every video. Otherwise, I just can't get into it and I don't do as good a job and I ramble like I'm doing in this video. Not anymore. Now, what you're going to get is the real John and the real Lisa. It's always been the real us, but it's been the real us kind of dialed back to make sure we maintain professionalism, and I'm not going to worry about that anymore. I'm not going to try to deliberately offend people, but I'm not going to worry about making sure that I say absolutely every single thing 100% right. I just don't care. And that's the thing I want you to understand. I want to be clear when I say I'm just not going to care anymore. It doesn't mean I don't care about my work. I don't care about you. I don't care about what. It doesn't mean that. It's I don't care about what the YouTube algorithm is going to say. I don't care about the one person that's going to put in the comment section, I didn't like that. That was offensive. I don't care. You can be offended. That's fine. If 25,000 people watch a video and one schmuck is offended by it and they say something, That's not going to ruin my day. Are you crazy? No way. What about the 24,999 other people that weren't offended by it? That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to be so caught up in all of that. I am a professional. I want to be professional. I don't want to be a shock jock. Remember those back when they were a thing? No. I'm just not going to let it rule my life, the caring about making sure I say everything right. No, not anymore. I'm going to have some fun. And that's something that I had a lot of fun with the Boxes of Water series. But again, nobody watched it. Every single one of those videos bombed. There were some people that watched it, and a lot of people were moved by it. But when you compare it to people that watch other stuff, it was like, wow, we just lost all the money. It's okay, because it was for a good cause, and I loved every single one of those videos that we did. The people that we met were amazing. It was incredible, and I've created friendships that will be lifelong friendships. Bill Mason, I'm talking to you. I mean, it's been a wonderful thing, but it just didn't get through to anybody. And it became something that we just couldn't afford to keep doing it. But anyway, who cares? You can expect a different John and a different Lisa, even though Lisa's been always kind of the sweet one and all of this. If y'all knew the real her, boy. But there's only one more thing I want to say about this whole YouTube thing, and then we're going to move on and talk about the things that we're getting ready to do in this fish house, and it's got me very, very excited. If you are a follower of this channel, if you are, dare I say, a fan of KGTropicals, you're going to want to make sure you have notifications turned on for this channel. Why? Because I'm getting away from the Sunday morning, 9 a.m., that's when the KGTropicals video goes up. No, forget it. Not doing that anymore. Why? Because sometimes a video is just ready. It's ready. It might be a Wednesday night, and it's like, this really should go up, but nope, got to wait till Sunday. No, I'm not doing that anymore. If you're somebody that has not got notifications on, you may never see that video, because you go on there on Sunday morning expecting there to be a thumbnail of my dumb face on there, and you don't see it, and you're like, oh, what the heck, where'd it go? If you got that notification, you would know. So there's going to be weeks where we're going to upload more than once in 1 week. It might be Sunday morning at 9 a.m. It might be Tuesday at 8 p.m. I don't know, but they're not going to go up on any particular schedule. So make sure you turn notifications on so that you don't miss out on those. But listen, I hate when YouTubers say that. I actually said that for a reason, because we are changing things up. And if you don't have notifications on, you're not going to know what we're going to do. So I had a reason to say it. But I hate hearing YouTubers say, make sure you subscribe and put notifications on so you're updated every time we upload a new. Oh, shut up. But anyway, listen. First thing on the agenda, I have to get the angle right. If you watch the live stream that we do, we call it Boxes of Water Live. Why is it not showing up? You see this every single week. Thursday nights at 8 p.m. You see the live stream, and you see this back here. I got the wrong hand up. You see the fact that my Oscar tank is not level. You might not be able to see it in this video. Yeah, you can see it. There it is. You see that water line? That's something that's bothered me for 2.5 years now. I have a way that I'm going to resolve it. I'm terrified of it, but it's the only way I can figure out how to do it, and that is going to be buying 2 bottle jacks that can lift thousands and thousands of pounds. I'm going to build a little structure underneath here to go on each side and use 2 bottle jacks to jack this sumbitch up. Not while it's full of water. I'm going to take the fish out and drain all the water out. But it's the only way I can do this. This weighs like 700 pounds by itself with no water in it. How am I supposed to do that? I can't. So I'm going to do that with bottle jacks. It's going to be an adventure. That is, that's one that you're not going to want to miss. And that's not all that's happening with this tank, because I have recently been in communication with a company that is going to send me something to go inside of this tank, because they were like, hey, that tank is really boring. We need to have something going on in there. Everybody sees this tank on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Did I say 8 earlier? It's 7 p.m. Eastern time. We need to put something in that tank. And apparently, they are sending something to go in this tank. So I'm excited to share that with you. So we've got that. We've got the lifting of the tank with the bottle jacks. And I'm finally going to get rid of this BS black blanket that's covering up the bottom of this tank. It's ridiculous. I did it just so that it looks a little better and, you know, it conceals everything. I am going to build something to cover all of this up. So here's the spoiler alert. You may not know this, but I have another channel. It's called The Money Pit, and it's all about me renovating my house. I've only uploaded 3 videos to it in 3 years, but that's about to change because I'm in the middle of renovating my kitchen. If you're interested in that, check that video out, or check that channel out. I'll put a link in the description for it. I just got done building a bunch of kitchen cabinets, and I've got some leftover wood. So I am gonna build I don't even know what you would call it. I mean, it's not a cabinet because it's only gonna be 3 sides that's gonna cover this up. Finally, I mean, I've been saying it since I think 2019 is when I got that tank. I've been saying that I'm going to do this, and I've just never done it because I'm an idiot. I'm going to be doing that. It's going to look really nice. It's going to look a lot probably like this. It's going to be black, and it's going to be made of wood, and I am a woodworker, so I'm going to build it all myself, build the doors, do all of that. If you're interested in seeing that, again, stay tuned. So we're going to lift this tank up. We're going to build a cabinet facade front fascia thing to cover that. And we're going to add that thing. That's not all one video. That's multiple videos. You see what I'm saying? I would normally combine that all into one video, but instead, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to break it up into 3 videos. Why? Because I don't care about the algorithm. The other thing is this. My biggest disappointment over the course of the last lots of years. My saltwater tank. It's not the tank's fault. It's my fault. I've talked about it so many times. The website, it takes up a ridiculous amount of my time. It takes a ridiculous amount of Lisa's time. And I don't have the time to commit to this tank that I should. I shouldn't even say that. I do, but I choose not to because I'm a big stupid person. And so this tank does not get the attention that it deserves. So I'm going to make it easier. This is going to be a big one. And everybody's going to want to see it because everybody thinks Carl is so sweet. I took my hoodie off and now he's laying on it because that's what cats do. I am going to change everything about that tank. I've already gotten authorization from people to do this. I am going to remove the saltwater fish from this tank. There's 5 fish in there now. 4 fish in there now. Again, heartbreaking. And I'm going to put them, sorry if you're getting dizzy, in that tank right there. That's a freshwater tank, John. You really are dumb, aren't you? Well, I'm going to convert that to saltwater. That tank right there. It's a 75-gallon tank. I'm going to make that into a saltwater tank. I'm going to take the live rock that's in this saltwater tank here now. Not all of it because it'd be too much, but I'm going to take this live rock out, put it in there, take the sand, put it in there, and I'm going to convert that into a saltwater tank. I'm really excited about it. What does that mean for this tank right here? Well, I'll tell you. Imbunas, peacocks, haps. For the first time in my YouTube career, I'm going to have a tank for each. This tank is going to be converted into a freshwater tank. I've already got the 2 CJ Whale 500 canister filters for it. I've already got everything for it. That is going to become a hap tank. I'm going to buy the haps from Ron's cichlids. That's the plan. I'm going to take the haps that I have in there, move them into there, get a bunch of new ones, and get a bunch of peacocks to put in there. I will finally have the 3 represented in their own tanks. That's going to be very exciting. And then this tank is going to become saltwater. I don't know how you feel about it, but I think it's cool. And then look what we have here. That, boys and girls, is a 125 gallon tank and stand that we bought. Nobody sent this to us for free. We bought this from Aquariums Unlimited. Look at the stand. It's a nice stand. It's one of the nice ones. It's not one of those cheap, ugly ones. This is Lisa's tank. I don't think I'm allowed to tell you what's going in it. But you see the walls here where the beta system used to be. There's still remnants of it there now. That's all coming down, and the 125 is going to go right there, which is why Lisa is blaming me for it not being up yet. We've had that tank for a bit. But that is going to be a tank that Lisa has some incredible ideas for, that she's going to do. Again, you're not going to want to miss that. We have all the stuff for it. Most of the stuff that we have for that tank is going to be pulled from our own inventory. She can set it up whenever she wants. But obviously there's a lot of work to do in there. And I'm just going to have to get out here and help her with it because it's a lot. It's a lot to do. So lots of stuff is happening in here. And that's not even all of it. I mean, there's other things. I'm going to be adding filtration to both of these tanks. Why? Because they're African cichlid tanks. And I was inspired by the Six Psyche guys up in Virginia when I went and visited them. Boxes of Water series, check that out. Those are great guys. Their tanks made me so jealous. Bill Mason's, same way. They had the most immaculate African cichlid tanks, and the one thing that every single one of them had in common is they were way over-filtered. So I'm going to over-filter those. I've got Seche Whale 500s that I'm going to put in those, and I'm going to put circulation pumps in it, just like I've already done with this tank. Members know about that. Gonna do videos about those too. So there's lots of stuff happening. And the funny thing is, I don't care if you watch it or not. Now, in all honesty, I'm being silly when I say I don't care if you watch it or not. Of course, I want everybody to watch it, but I understand that not everybody is going to, and I'm okay with that. Maybe some of that stuff won't interest you. I hope it does, but if it doesn't, you know what? We can still be friends. It's fine. I am not going to live my life catering to YouTube's algorithm. I'm not going to do it. It's over. I'm not doing that. What I'm doing instead is what I want to do and what Lisa wants to do. And we want to have fun with this because we feel like if we just relax and have fun with it, that's going to bring out more of our genuine personalities. And that's what's important. And getting through to people, hopefully impacting some, maybe not impacting as many as before, but that's okay. Because what's important is that we're enjoying ourselves, and I think that if we're enjoying ourselves, it'll come through on camera. Maybe, we'll see. Maybe it's wishful thinking. Maybe it's the biggest mistake I've ever made in my entire career. I don't know, but I think it's fun, and I think it's gonna be fun, and I am very excited about it. So if you want to be a part of that, subscribe to the channel. That's going to be the last time you're ever going to hear me subscribe. It's going to be the last time you're going to hear me say you should subscribe to the channel. Because I just hate that. It's 2025. Everybody knows that you can subscribe to a YouTube channel. Everybody also knows that even if you're not subscribed to a channel, if you watch that channel's videos, YouTube is going to feed it to you in your home feed. So you don't even really need to be subscribed anymore. But let's be honest. The number of subscribers helps our egos. That's what it's all about. Makes us feel better about what we're doing. Not just us, me and Lisa, but everybody that makes YouTube videos. And if they tell you different, they're lying to you. So yeah, subscribe. I'm never going to ask you to do that again because I just think it's Bush League. But I can't wait to get started on all of this stuff, and I can't wait to not be worried See, right now, I'm thinking, just wrap it up, John. Why? Because people are going to say you're rambling too much. You know what? Say I'm rambling too much. I don't care. Because I'm happy. And if you compare where I am right now to where I was a week ago, I'm real damn happy to be happy. And hopefully I make you happy too. I don't know. I got to get Carl off of my hoodie so that I can go back in the house. Thank you. We'll see you Thursday night at 7, not 8.